You're listening to the smartest guys in marketing, the best show on the planet for client businesses to learn about traffic, funnels, sales, conversions, and marketing coolness. Chris and Taylor are the founders of Traffic and Funnels, a digital marketing consultancy helping you get paid clients from cold traffic daily. Now, here are your hosts, Chris and Taylor.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smartest Guys in Marketing podcast. Boom! The only podcast you should be listening to in the universe. Hey, Chris Evans here, and Taylor Welch is here, and it's a beautiful day.
It's a beautiful day.
What are we talking about on this episode?
I said it. I asked you first.
No, you didn't.
Dude, you always do this.
Bro, you're literally in sin right now.
Anybody with a brain can listen to me saying it first, and then you. God, dude, we're done.
Here's what we're talking about right now.
Here's what we're talking about today. We're talking about
why poaching is a sin.
It is a sin.
No, so here's how I was sitting in the bathtub the other day.
Bro, literally nobody wants to hear about that. I'm sorry, you guys. Just cover your ears.
I'm just kidding. So we have a client, and this actually happens quite frequently, but recently this client has been messaging us every other day. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
All right. And people keep messaging him, and they're like, hey, so I saw you enrolled with Traffic and Funnels. What are they teaching you? And then another guy was like, can you give me the logins to their portal and stuff like that? And he's Facebook messaging us. And I just had this thought about you know what? I honestly really don't care. Are you okay, bro?
Yeah.
What are you looking at right now?
I'm looking at you. It's just making me mad thinking about this and how much these people are little bitches.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Chris and I, we really don't. It's not like we're super, super crazy protective of training or whatnot, even though we kind of are. But I was just thinking about how this is actually a bad scenario, not for us, but for them.
Yeah. And
it's not that we're we get our ads ripped off all the time. In fact, if you follow us on Facebook, which you should, facebook.com/Taylor A. Welch, facebook.com/Chris
A. Evans. It's amazing, bro, because I literally had that. I had that middle initial before you did. But anyways.
Yeah, because you were born 30 years before I was.
Bro, listen, I'm like an aged fine wine.
Anyways, I'm taking a long time to intro this because I think this episode is probably one of the most important ones we've done about creating your own brand and your own feel and your own intellectual property. But when you go out and you copy somebody else, it really doesn't hurt the person you're copying. It really it has a tendency to backfire on you. So we've got an ad right now. How many times have we gotten messaged that this ad is literally verbatim being ripped
every
off?
Week we get messaged.
Literally every week. And as soon as we put out a new ad, because we put out new ads every couple months, the same thing will happen. And again and again and again. Now that doesn't bother us. We don't really care because we know that, we're on top of the world and everybody wants to be like Mike. You can't hate us because he ain't us. But here's the deal. Nobody has the ability to copy us because nobody can copy the spirit of what we do. Right. Yeah. The brand behind Traffic and Funnels and Smartest Guys in Marketing, it really comes down to the personality of me and Chris and our unique experiences and our background. And so there are people that are looking at everybody else and they're like, how can I copy them? Or how can I, take what they've done and just skip over the learning curve and put it in my business? And what's going to happen is eventually those people will get to where we are now. But guess what? By the time that happens, we're going to be 2 years down the road. It's not that poaching is a sin because we don't want to be copied. It's really poaching is a sin because when you copy other people, you rob yourself of the ability to create your own spirit, your own personality, your own impact. And that's kind of what we, do with clients to begin with, is help them kind of build up their IP and put it out to the world.
Yeah, you're never going to have longevity in copying people. You have to pay the dues. There's no way around that. You've got to discover who you are in your business and then what that is and what that means and how to take it to market. And that is exactly what we do with our clients. We help them discover that and we really help them accelerate that process so that when they go to the market, everybody else isn't just laughing at them because they're copying Traffic and Funnels or some other major player in the marketplace. So one thing people don't understand is like we've paid our dues. Like how many emails have you written, right? How many ads have I run and we failed over and over and over? Mm-hmm. So the thing is like you have to become an innovator yourself. If not, you'll always be behind.
Yeah, 100%. I think that one of the things that's important to note is like we all look at other people, and I mean, we're guilty of this too at certain times because there are two of us. Typically, one or the other will call the other person out on this. But we all look at other people and we're like, man, I want what they have, or we think it must be nice. Man, it must be nice to have $500,000 a month in revenue. Or, if I was doing that much money, then I would be able to do this or that or the other. What people don't take into account is all of the mistakes that we made to get here.
Yep.
That time that you launched your course that nobody wanted because people didn't want what you were teaching. And you spent how many hours on that course?
It wasn't hours. It was just like months and months.
That's worse. That's worse.
It was so awful. Yeah. But here's the thing though. It was the most beautiful course you've ever seen. Like the videos were perfect.
Nobody wanted it though.
The intros, it was like so gorgeous. Yeah. It was too late.
So people don't see that. People don't see that time and how that felt when that didn't pan out. People don't see the time that I was trying to get clients in a Facebook group and literally got called every freaking name I've ever heard of that's derogatory and mean and rude. People don't see that. And so like what we have now was born out of all of those experiences culminating together to create really like how to take clients and skip them over all of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think like for this particular guy that keeps messaging, asking about our stuff, I know him and I know his business. And it's like, man, he sounds like everyone else on the planet. He doesn't have his own voice. People don't follow him because he's unique. He's regurgitating everything else. And so we could take someone like that and we could help them build their own uniqueness. We could help them put their story into their marketing. We could help them build a product that is built out of a real capability to help someone. But he's too busy copying everyone else. He'll never do it,
I actually think it's an epidemic because people see like these gurus who've made it to the top and that's what they want. And so what's happened is a lot of these people have just sold these courses and put out all these dreams that if you take this course and you buy this course, you're going to be at the top of the mountain, where there's just nothing you can do to surpass the work. The only thing that you can do is be mentored by someone who knows all the pitfalls and how to avoid them. That is the quickest way. Like that's the closest you can get to a magic bullet without it actually being a magic bullet. So you got to get over this, oh man, I'm just going to like copy this person. It's going to work for me. It might like briefly, but you're never going to have longevity. You're never going to be a year down the road and be successful.
Yeah. And how exhausting is that to know that all of the success you might be feeling right now wasn't because of you?
Yeah.
It's because you got a lucky break and somebody gave you logins to something and you copied. But like, dude, how often does our stuff change? Our stuff is changing probably every 2 to 3 months. It's totally different. It's brand new, adding new things, taking away old things. So there's no way you can build a sustainable business off the back of someone else's unique insights.
Yep.
Let me just read this real fast. Did you see this message from Thomas last night in the group?
Mm-mm.
Bro, you're going to start crying. You ready for this?
All right, let me turn my video off.
No. As an 8-year Army veteran, I have to say, out of all the life-changing benefits of this workshop, the one I appreciate the most is the level of integrity this whole program has. Every step of the way is about being authentic, having integrity in the moments, even from the organic all the way through to the sale and the delivery. Very solid information. Chris Evans and Taylor Welch, you guys should be super proud of this asset you've created and the warriors you are sending off into the world to make a difference. Thank you.
So
that's
good.
amazing. That's amazing. Chris, you were talking yesterday about how actually this was on one of our private webinar calls. You were like, the best thing in the world is when clients get results. And you were like, we like it when clients get results more than we like it when we get results. Which that may be true for you. It's not for me, but whatever. I'm just kidding. But it's totally true. It's like amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, we are very confident in ourselves, and we are very confident that we can hit 500 grand a month. And we are very confident that we're going to get $2 million a month in revenue. But what's great is knowing that our systems and just all the things that people don't see, all the behind the scenes stuff, where something that's really extremely important for us, like that message spoke, is having character, is having integrity, and that being the foundation of what our business is built on. And so when you have people who do try to take the shortcuts and, they're trying to cheat and they're trying to poach, like that is never a solid foundation. And so to hear that from someone else, what really is kind of like the cornerstone of our business, man, it's really amazing.
Plus, man, I feel sorry for the person who has to wake up every morning with the impossible task of impersonating our good looks.
Yes. That's
Bro,
that's failure right out of the gate.
Bro, talk about the despondency one must feel trying to make their hair look like mine.
Just looking in the mirror, just wishing.
Looking at the mirror thinking, I know I'll never be good enough. It's true.
Oh, man.
So on this note, like we talk about innovation and we talk about coming up with our own stuff. We've really gone hardcore on like being our own brand and not sounding like other people and doing our own thing. Is there risk to that, you think?
I'd say initially, until you actually like find your footing in that, there is, because you are going to have, like, you are absolutely going to have haters as much as you're going to have people that love you. And we can tell you story after story of people just hating us, telling us that we should kill ourselves and, that we're literally the worst people ever and we're scammers.
Did you see my response?
Our friends joke around about that, but no.
Did you see the guy that said terrible marketing on one of our ads?
Bro, we get that comment like every day.
And I replied and said opposite day.
So here's I want to put a caveat on this too. We read a lot and we buy pretty much every course on the market. So there is something to where you can be inspired by people.
Definitely.
We're inspired by a lot of different people, but it can't be their message. It's got to be your message. You have to let other people, other businesses, other brands inspire you to create your own stuff. And that's where you're going to have the most success. So that's absolutely encouraged, and you should do that.
But you said something interesting. You said we buy every course on the market. We don't torrent every course on the market.
Right.
Or bug our friends to give us free logins. When someone comes along and we respect what they're doing, we're going to invest into them growing their business. And there are always things that we're learning from other people. I have everything Jay Abraham has ever put out in his entire life.
Yeah.
I have the stuff that Jay Abraham probably wants removed from the marketplace because I bought it,
Yeah.
But the thing is you're always learning from other people, but at the same time, we're always making investments into keeping those businesses going and growing those businesses. And, when someone comes in and like we just had a guy yesterday who we talked to, who people will probably recognize, an amazing marketer coming in, and he's been a client in the past and he's helping us out with some stuff. And we're like, dude, let us give you our systems. We're going to give you what we've kind of built. And he's made an investment, so we're going to make an investment back into him. But what really bugs me is when people have this mindset of I want to get for free and I don't want to contribute. I don't want to give. I just want to take and I want to borrow and steal. And that's a telltale sign you're not going to be here in 10 years.
Yeah.
Literally, you're going to either be sued or in prison, or you're going to have given up because you think everything should be easy.
Or everybody's just going to hate you because you're a blood-sucking vampire.
That was intense. But
yeah, man, we could say this because we didn't have anything. Nothing was handed to us, right? Sure. We had to go out and hustle and work all-nighters and figure this stuff out and get to the place where we are.
Yeah. So people might be asking well, how did you guys learn then? You're saying you invested into things and is there someone that you guys learned from? And to that, I would say, and people ask us this all the time, that I would say, yeah, we learned from a million different places. First of all, we both did freelance for a long time. So
which is what that is action. That's in the field, on the front lines, figuring it out.
So I wrote copy, built funnels, and Chris delivered lattes to his.
I literally make the best lattes you've ever had.
Now, Chris was like a marketing and traffic strategist, and did really great work. When I wrote copy. So we did freelance, and we learned, you learn a lot when you are on the front lines, like you're saying. So there's that. And then all the mistakes that we made leading up to this point right now, all of that kind of combined. And then we also we look at the best guys in the industry. We study guys like Jay, and we study guys like, who else do we study?
Well, one thing about Jay, I just want to say real quick. Yeah, Mr. Ogilvy, Sir Ogilvy. I was actually thinking about him this morning, and one thing that I love about him is the longevity that he's had in the market. Dude, he's literally been around since the 70s.
Dude, he's
still cranking, man. To me, that is so amazing. He's still very well respected in the market. You know what I mean?
He's older than me times 3.
And he's still killing the game.
Yeah, he's still a genius.
So following people like that, because there's going to be guys and girls that come along and they're pretty flashy and stuff. But I'd say start with guys like that.
Yeah.
Who've been around for a minute. And then, of course, us.
Follow everything we say. Jedi mind trick. So poaching is a sin. Here are 2 reasons why. We'll just kind of re-hit these again. 1, because you can't recreate another person's personality or IP or experience or spirit or drive, or in our case, you can't recreate our looks.
Yes.
Don't even try. It's just going to set you up for a losing battle. It's built off of all the things that we've done wrong. Don't try to recreate all of that. Try to create your own experience, your own brand, your own spirit. And that's something we can help you do. And number 2 is it's unfair for you to build an empire off of the back of someone else's experiences.
Yeah.
Because you're never going to have control over that.
Yep.
You're always going to live in a state of well, if Taylor and Chris change and I've copied them, well, then what do I do? And it no longer works. So the market shifts. And you want to really get into a place where you've kind of achieved mastery over what do I need to say, do, look like, how do I need to operate to serve my clients at the highest level? And that's really, if you're kind of wanting to improve that level of your life or your business, you should have a chat with us. So that's what we do.
The ability to create in your business gives you the ability to control your business.
Whoa, say that again.
The ability to create in your business gives you the ability to control your business.
Oh,
I mean, what else do you say?
Dude, let's edit out the first 15 minutes of this and just say that and then move on.
That is true. So, anything else?
No, man. Any closing thoughts?
Get the memos if you haven't. People are raving about the memos. Trafficandfunnels.com/memos. It's a huge investment, but of $7 a month or something.
Bro, on one of we're split testing one of the buttons, and instead of saying get the memo, it says do the dirty. And it's working better.
Who would do that? Only your friends
man.
at Traffic and Funnels. All right, guys.
Only the smartest guys in marketing.
That is so smart.
Hey, are we going to talk about the time I got stalked at the gym or what? Are we going to tell this story ever?
Should that just be its own mini episode?
I think it should, actually.
Okay.
What happens when you... Yeah, I'm going to come up with a cool headline. That'll be next. Okay. All right, y'all.
See you guys.
It's been real and good. It's been good and real. See ya.
This is the podcastfactory.com.